dread going into a job every day and then missing out on your kids' lives. I know that feeling. Like, I know. Hey y'all, hey. So I decided to become an entrepreneur years ago, and this was because my priority, my number one reason was my son. Although we did eventually find a daycare that he and I both loved, it wasn't an easy task. And then, I mean, honestly, I just wanted to be hands-on with him. Ever since I had him, like, I hated leaving him. I hated, even, because if you think about it, who wants to have somebody else basically raising your son 50 hours a week, or your child 50 hours a week? That wasn't, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to be home. I wanted to be hands-on. I didn't want to miss milestones. I wanted to be there for everything. But then, with me being a single mother, because I was a single mother from day one, I guess let me know if you want me to make a video about that or anything dealing with that. But anyway, so with me being a single mother, if I wasn't going to work and be an entrepreneur, and being an entrepreneur does take time to build up your business, to build up your name, things like that. And how was I going to be able to provide as well as do all those things I just said, meaning like be home with him, be able to see him take his first steps, be able to be there for his first words, all those things that mothers just want to be there for, right? And so I did come up with a solution, and I'll do that in another video. However, that was like my main reason. Like, he was my biggest reason, but there were more. So another reason was my supervisor. Like, she was like the micromanage of micromanagers, right? What made it worse though was that I was the best worker they had. I was the youngest one. I was the fastest. I was, I know I could come in there and I could basically do all of that work, and knock it out really fast. Like, I was so fast that I pretty much was doing, let's say it was 4 of us, and I was pretty much doing 3/4 of the work, right? Like, I can move faster. They were all older. Like, I'm talking like senior old. So, I could move faster. I was, I just was fast. I was the youngest on the team. And so, I will admit one thing though. I was late every day. Y'all, yeah, I don't know if y'all know anything about human design, but like, I literally, like, when I started studying that, I said, oh, okay, that was just, that's in me, right? But I was literally late every day, and I was there for 6 years. And the thing was, when, I was late, but because of my work ethic, like, my supervisor didn't want to get rid of me. But another issue that came up with that was that she also didn't want me to, or I felt as if she was hindering me from moving up, because then I'm like, okay, well, I want to move up. But of course, she had that one excuse to not let me move up. But I think in reality, she needed me on the team, because when any day that I was, she didn't want to let me off. Like, everything was an issue. I'm telling you, like, if my son was sick, like I said, I was a single mother. My son was sick. He had a doctor's appointment. Anything, it was just always a problem. Like, it was always, can somebody else do it? No, he's mine. Who wants to do, she was just doing the most. And then on top of that, her not wanting to let me move up. Like, yeah, I'm like, okay, so you don't, like, I'm feeling like you don't want to see me progress. Like, she would make it seem like she did, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling that way. And then, so this also made me feel unappreciated. I always, like, dreaded going in. I hated, like, I literally would pull up to the office and sit in the garage sometimes and like come up with scenarios in my mind for like, okay, is it I'm so like, I didn't feel like going in. I always like, it was just never, my morale was so low when it came to going in there. Like I just hated it. Like it was like, it was just not for me. And so, and I knew that, and so like I would just sit there and try to come up with reasons like, can I just call and just not go in? You know what I mean? Like it was that bad. Like it was, I was stressed. I know my blood pressure was like high every day going in because I was already rushing. My son would conveniently take poops on the way to daycare every day, which made me even more like even later. And then it was just like, it was just a lot. Like, you know, I was late already by myself, and then like you add a child on top of it. Like I was just miserable. Okay. And that is like literally, you know how I felt. I was miserable. It was just, and another thing. So I was raised around entrepreneurship, so I saw what it could do for you. It's not like, you know, that too, that was another thing. Like I saw, you know, my parents were entrepreneurs, so I saw what it could do. And I'm like, you know I can do it. It's just about deciding what I want to do. And so what I ended up doing was I did end up starting a daycare, but first I had to buy my house. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll put the card up here, but you can watch that after this video, and I may even link it below. But yeah, so that was like another obstacle I had to cross before starting, you know, before becoming an entrepreneur. Because if you don't know, when you're an entrepreneur, you pretty much have to have 2 years of income proof before you can buy a house. And then who's to say the first year is going to be profitable, right? So I wanted to be smart. While I had the job, I went ahead and bought the house. So I did achieve, you know, I did get to where I wanted to be. But like I said, that'll be in the video. I'll put it in the description below if you want to watch, you know, how I bought a house. I will do a video about my first year in business, because I think that's something that that'd be interesting and that y'all would like to hear, because that was a tough year. I'm not gonna hold you, that was a really tough year. So that's also why that's also like, all of this is also a reason why I started this channel. It's also why I became a coach or a mentor. It's also, you know, because I've been there, I've felt those feelings. I know what it's like to, you know, dread going into a job every day and then missing out on your kids' lives. I know that feeling. Like I know, you know what I'm saying? I know how it feels to be miserable under the supervision of somebody who's micromanaging. Like I get it. So like that was one of the reasons that I started, you know, mentoring or coaching, because I'm like, if I felt like that, I know it's a whole lot of other women who felt that way, or mothers that feel that way, and I want to get you guys where I am. I've now been an entrepreneur for 10 years, so I have a lot of experience, I have a lot of things to talk about, and that's the end of this video. And subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. I talk a lot about motherhood, entrepreneurship, owning your life in every aspect of the term. So that's it.
Hey, I'ma get right in my bag. Why you gonna try to get mad? Everybody wanna keep up. Don't you know I move too fast? I'ma zip right past. Drip all on my swag. Why you tryna size me up? You don't wanna try your luck. Hot as a stove, what did you know? Burn like coal, yeah, you know I go. Way too hot, yeah, really too cold. I'ma keep going till I hit my goals. Better get back when I'm in my zone. Do it for the ones that I know back home. Did it myself. if they ain't put me on. Don't you call back if you hear that tone. Another level, another level, another level. We ain't never